Hello everyone, and welcome back to Mishnah Minutes. In this video, we will be learning Mishnayos Berachos, Perek Beis, Mishnah Beis. The learning of this Mishnah is dedicated as a zchus for my sister-in-law, Miriam Liba Bas Devera. She should have a refuah shalema b'karayv. The Rabbanan Shalom should grant her arichas yamim v'shanim in happiness and good health. In the previous Mishnah, we discussed the question of making interruptions while you are saying the Birchas Kriya Shema or the Kriya Shema. And what we saw is that there is a difference depending where you're up to in the brachas or Kriya Shema. And we said there's a difference between if you are up to a point that is between the different chapters of the brachas or the Kriya Shema itself, or you are located in middle of one of the chapters of either the brachas or the Kriya Shema. If you're located between the chapters, that's more lenient than if you're in middle of a chapter. Now, our Mishnah is going to discuss what constitutes the different chapters of the brachas and of the Kriya Shema. So let's see the Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Elu hein bein haprakim. These are the points that constitute being between the different chapters of the brachas or of the Kriya Shema. Bein bracha rishayna lishniya. If you are up to the point between the first one of the brachas of Kriya Shema and the beginning of the second bracha of Kriya Shema. Where is that? That would be between Baruch Atah Hashem Yoitzer HaMa'oros and Ahava Rabbah, or if you daven Nusach Svard, Ahavas Olam. So, Yoitzer HaMa'oros is the end of the first bracha, Ahava Rabbah or Ahavas Olam is the beginning of the second bracha. If you are in between over there, so then you're in between two of the brachas. Bein Shniya Lishma. Or if you're up to the point between the end of the second bracha and the beginning of Shema. So that means you have said Baruch Atah Hashem Aboicher B'Amo Yisrael Ba'ahava, and you have not yet said Shema Yisrael. So you are between the second bracha and the beginning of the Kriya Shema. Ubein Shema Levahaya Im Shemaya. Or similarly, let's say you already began saying Kriya Shema, but you said Shema, Baruch Shem, Ve'ahavta, and now you finished saying the last pasuk of Ve'ahavta, you said Uvisha Arecha, and you have not yet begun Vahaya Im Shemaya. So you're between the first chapter of Kriya Shema and the second chapter. Bein Vahaya Im Shemaya Levayomer. Or if you finished saying the whole parsha of Vahaya Im Shemaya, and you did not yet begin the third parsha of Kriya Shema, you did not yet begin Vayomer. Bein Vayomer le'emes v'yatziv. Or finally, if you finished Vayomer, you said Ani Hashem Elokeichem. That's the end of Kriya Shema, not the word emes. The end of Kriya Shema really is Ani Hashem Elokeichem. And you did not yet begin emes v'yatziv, which is the beginning of the bracha that's after Kriya Shema. So according to the Tanakama over here, those are the points that constitute being between the chapters. Again, between the end of the first bracha of Kriya Shema and the beginning of the second bracha of Kriya Shema, that's between Yoitzer HaMa'oros and Ava Rabbah or Avas Olam. Between Haboicher B'Amo Yisrael Ba'ava and Shema, that's between the second bracha before Kriya Shema and the beginning of Kriya Shema. Between Uvish Arecha and Vahaya Im Shemaya, that's between the first chapter of Kriya Shema and the second chapter of Kriya Shema. And right before Vayomer, before the beginning of the third parsha of Kriya Shema, so that you're between the second parsha of Kriya Shema and the third parsha of Kriya Shema, or between Ani Hashem Elokeichem and Emes V'yatziv. That's between the end of Kriya Shema and the beginning of the bracha after Kriya Shema. Rabbi Yehuda says, Bein Vayomer le'emes v'yatziv lo yafsik. We do not make any interruptions between emes, even though Kriya Shema really ends Ani Hashem Elokeichem, and the word emes is really the beginning of the bracha after Kriya Shema. We do not make any interruptions between Ani Hashem Elokeichem and emes. The Rav brings down that the reason for this is because we know there is a pasuk in Yirmiyah that says V'Hashem Elokim emes. Hashem, God, is emes. He is completely truthful. So when we say Kriya Shema, even though Kriya Shema ends Ani Hashem Elokeichem, we want to connect Ani Hashem Elokeichem to the word emes, so that it says Ani Hashem Elokeichem, I am Hashem, your God, emes, who is completely emes. Amar Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha. Rabbi Yeshua ben Karcha says, Lama kadma shema levahaya im shamaya. When Kriya Shema was arranged, why is it that the order of the parshas of Kriya Shema is Shema and Ve'ahavta, that's the first parsha of Kriya Shema, then V'haya im Shemaya, the second parsha, and then Vayomer, the third parsha? Why is that the order? Like the Tiferes Yisrael points out, it's not because that's the order in the Torah, because it's not. In the Torah Kedosha, the parsha of Vayomer comes before these parshas. So certainly the order of Kriya Shema, of the parshas of Kriya Shema, is not based on where they appear in the Torah Kedosha. So why is this the order of Kriya Shema? Lama kadma Shema levahaya im Shemaya. Why does the parsha of Shema come before the parsha of Vahaya im Shemaya? Ella kedei sheyekabel alav oil malchus shamayim tchila. Only so that a person should first accept upon himself the yoke of Shamayim. He should accept upon himself the rulership of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He should accept upon himself that he is subject. He's a subject of the Rebbeinu Shalom. He has to be makabel, the kingdom of the Rebbeinu Shalom, on himself. And only after that, only after he accepts upon himself the kingdom of Shamayim, then he could say V'haya im Shamaya. V'haya im Shamaya talks about accepting the yoke of doing the mitzvahs. Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad says that I accept upon myself that Hashem is my God. So first you have to do that. You have to accept that Hashem is your God. Then you could come to V'haya im Shamaya and you could say V'haya im Shamaya tishmu'u el mitzvah, if it will be that you will listen to my commandments. Asher anoichi mitzaveh eschem hayom, that I'm commanding you now on this day. Then we continue in Kriya Shema that the Rebbeinu Shalom will take care of you. If you do the mitzvahs, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take care of you. Chas v'shalom, if you don't do the mitzvahs, then v'chara af Hashem b'chem, then Hashem will be angry at you, and then, unfortunately, a person could get punishment. But it only makes sense, first the person has to accept upon himself the kingdom of Shamayim, then he could say V'haya im Shamaya, and he could accept upon himself the individual commandments. V'haya im Shamaya levayomer. Why does the parsha of V'haya im Shamaya come before Vayomer? The truth is that Vayomer also discusses mitzvahs. It's the mitzvah of wearing tzitzis. Why is it that V'haya im Shamaya comes before Vayomer? Shevahaya im Shamaya noiheg b'yom u'balayla. The parsha of V'haya im Shamaya, it applies both by day and by night. Why is that? Like the Rav explains, in V'haya im Shamaya it says, V'limaditem oisam es b'nechem. You should teach the Torah to your children. And Talmud Torah, the mitzvah of learning Torah, applies both by day and by night. Like it says, V'higisa b'yomam v'layla. You should learn Torah both by day and by night. So the subject of V'haya im Shamaya, learning Torah, that applies by day and by night. Vayomer einay noyeg ela b'yom. But the parsha of Vayomer only applies at night. By day. Because the subject of the parsha of Vayomer is the mitzvah of wearing tzitzis. The mitzvah of wearing tzitzis only applies by day. We don't wear tzitzis on our pajamas. Because it says in the pasuk, U're'isem oisai. You should see them. Somebody sees something, normally in the natural world, you could see by day when there's light. So the mitzvah of tzitzis only applies by day, not by night. Since the parsha of V'haya im Shamaya, so to speak, has an edge over the parsha of Vayomer, because V'haya im Shamaya applies both by day and by night, therefore it gets kedima, we give it preference over the parsha of Vayomer, and that's the parsha that comes first. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you join me for many, many more Mishnayos to come. Be well.